Welcome back. This Welcome back. This is Franklin from Ask Franklin YouTube channel. Today we're going to complete our series on using Abyss web server in configuring Perl CGI scripts. And we've already showed you on how to configure Abyss web server. I will just go ahead now and start this server and show you what we are going to do today. This is Abyss web server version 11, and we're starting up this server now. You can see it at the bottom of your screen here. Abyss web server has started, and we're just going to show you the script we'll be writing today on the completed scripts on Perl CGI. This is a multiple forms on Perl CGI. We're just going to show you a demonstration of what we're doing. This is the finished script we'll be writing today. This script we test for username and password, and test if the username is valid and if the password is valid, and is three multiple forms. And I've used a dummy username here, just username, spelled correctly, username. And the password I used here is regular expression matching any character. So just to show you, yep, this has taken us now to the second form. This is the second form, and we'll go ahead now and show you how to write this script. We'll go to start a new project on Notepad++, and I'm just going to name this, save this file as I'll save it at the htdocs folder of the Abyss web server. If you go to Abyss web server, go to the bin, and you should be able to see the htdocs folder. So I'm just going to save this script as Perl CGI.pl. Make sure you add .pl to the extension, and we'll save that. I will start now by writing the scripts. We'll start with the shaban command. Many of us are familiar with this, those of us that use Perl a lot. And bin and Perl. That's the first command line to tell the Perl interpreter that a Perl script is coming in, and we're going to use strict to follow a strict code of writing Perl scripts, and we're going to use for debugging purpose warnings. And this is for formatting purpose, to format our CGI script. We're going to use this word here with double hyphen, pretty standard. And you use a built-in Perl PM again. for formatting our quote word for the browser to be able to interpret our quote word. Cap quote word. Filters to okay, that's that. And at the end, we're just going to print the header. Print header. And give a name for the site. Variable to hold the name of site. Site equals to your site name. Oh, and just a variable to hold my contacts as well. This way, this variable will hold our contacts, and we'll just go ahead and declare an array to hold our form titles, the titles for each of our form. Quote word. I'm going to just give it a generic name first, second, and third as the title of our form. First, second, and third. And here I'm just going to create some buttons for our form. This will take us to the stats, and the caption on this button will be stats. And this will take us, this will be second button. And the caption on it should be go to second. You could change this caption if you want to on your own, and you could subscribe to us at fagroup.ie/subscribe, and to get our newsletter, and as well, if you request the source code for this uh, CGI scripts you're writing today, we can give you the source code for free without any string attached. Okay, and we continue with our third now, a variable to hold our third form. Here we've completed now in declaring and initializing our site name, our contacts, an array to hold our form titles, and the buttons on each form, and the caption on each button. I will just go ahead now and declare um, a boolean variable here, which I'll give it a name of button press, and I'll give it a parameter, the value on the button press will be next. This will be an event list now, that will trigger all the event that will call is on this script. So giving it this boolean button pressed, and it it will either go to the beginning of the form, or it will take an argument of the next option to take, or the next script, or the next instruction to execute. And on our main controller, the main controller function that is controlling the whole of this script, controller will give it the argument button pressed. Yeah, button pressed will be the argument of our main controller. So now we've already initialized and declared all of our variables that we'll be using for this script. And we'll just go ahead now and write the function, our controller function. So as you know, we use the sub word for writing function in the Perl. Controller, I think it should be here. Controller. So we'll just declare some variable here, give this previous button, which will tell us our current position of our script, and this button triggers event and taking argument of button pressed. So taking call this button previous button, just call it previous. We're going to declare some arrays here to warn us if there is some invalid entries on our form, and to warn us when such invalid entry occurs, and it will take a record of all the problem. Instead of displaying the problem to the user, it will populate and store the problem in an array of problem, and to display to the user at the end of completing and submitting the form. It's not good showing each problem as it occurs. We store all the problem that will occur in the form in an array of problem, and so when the user submits the form, and all the problem that occurs on the form then will be displayed on to the user, so that the user could rectify and remedy each of the problem as they occur, rather than having each problem displayed to the user as they occur, if you might understand what I'm saying here. So declare this array of problem that may occur on our form, and we also declare another array to store the warning of where such problem occurs. Okay, just here. So if previous button, we'll use some regular expression here equal to a match in the straight line with the word, a match beginning of beginning at the line with the word go starts, and ending at the same line. So if this match, if there is a match, if previous button is equal to a match, regular expression match of good start button, and then we should build our form. our form. This build form function, I've not written it yet. We'll write that later. We should build our form with our first form with no errors or no warnings. So if our previous button, the button press, and no button pressed here is give it a previous button, and if previous button, because we are giving this button press argument to our controller, so if previous button is has a match of good start value in it, then show our first form with no error or no problem, because this is our the first instance of calling this form. So s if previous button, select this previous button into is a match of our second button, go second, isn't it? Go second on the beginning of a line and ending on the same line. If previous buttons a match of go second, and if we should not check if there is an error in this form. So this function will write as well later, find problem, and just call it find problem. So if is on the second form, if the user presses go second and there is error on the first form, so we telling the script to re to show the form again second time, but this time with problems. No, it should be problems, just to not confuse it. I think I've used the word before, problems, and separate that with warnings as well. So if there is an error in the form, we display the form with where the error and the problem occurred, and where the error and the problem occur, and rebuild the form again, rebuild the form and show the user the form so that they can correct the where the error and the problem did occur. So build form, and with the position of problem, no problems, and also the position of warning, and the position of warnings as well. And so to review the form and show it to the user, the position of problem and the position of warning. S, if everything look okay and there is no problem or no error, then build the second form. Build form 1. So this is showing, telling this what the script is doing here is telling us if the argument taken from the controller and with the button pressed, if the position from the first form is being selected to go to second form, and we found that there is a problem, and the problem should be stored in an array of problem and warning. and redisplay it again to the user to correct that error. But if in the event there is no error, then the script should go ahead and build the second form successfully with zero error and zero problem and zero warnings. So I hope that is clear enough, and that ends that here, isn't it? Yep. And then we'll go to our third form now, just to write another else if statement. Oh, just to indent this, because this code are all over the place. Just to indent it, so to know where we are from, where one ends and where the other begin. Different programmers have different ways of indenting their code. I normally just indent my code by the time I finish the whole script, not at the beginning. So, but just mind me, pardon me if anybody is having difficulty understand the whole code. And I think I've got myself into a bit of a heap here, haven't I? Or did I? Not really. Yeah, everything looks finished to me up to there anyway. And this is a matching, and this, oh, is a match for this else if statements. So we indent this further in. Okay, now we'll go ahead and give a declaration for the third form, as if previous button equal to a match of go third button in the beginning and ending of a straight line, and our form. And if there is a problem, if we find any problem, with position, oh, it will be position 1 now, isn't it? Yeah, position 1 of the form, with store the problem on our problem arrays, and the warnings on our warning arrays. Okay, and find the problem with so nope, I should build the form again. Build form with problems, and with warnings as well. Oh, we're not closing this. I think we have to close If there is none, as if there is no problem or warning, then build our third form successfully with no problem. Then build our third form successfully with no problem or error. So this is what we have done here. If we have any of these errors, the form will not be built, and if there is no error in each of the form, and then there is no error uh, and there is no warnings, so we have our three built forms successfully built. Just to indent this in a position, yeah. Okay, anyway, by pressing the tab key you can indent this or refactor this to your taste and the way you want this your script to be. So this is our controller class declared written now. We've written our controller class. Oh, this was spelled wrongly. Controller, yeah. This is our controller class spell written successfully. Just to show you what the error we want to see here is to log back into our finish CGI script. So localhost no Perl CGI.pl will show us this, and if we're to enter any of our data, we know it doesn't show us, it doesn't show any error now. And we enter this and we say go to second, show us password problem. Yep, the error with that. And if we were to guess our password correctly and login, yep, successful. But if we were to yep, it shows us the error username and password problem. So this was what we wanted to see by writing this script and validating these warnings, these problems and these warnings. And this is the first stage of the form, and this is the second stage, and this is the third stage of the form. We'll go ahead now and complete the other parts of the script. Just continue to watch this, and if you want to get a full access to the source code for this script, you can subscribe to through our website, and we give free technical support if we can, and you should be able to have access directly to the source code for this CGI script you are writing today. We'll go ahead now, complete the second part and the third part of this three-part series on how to use Abyss web server to run Perl CGI scripts. Thank you for watching.